I was getting into an elevator with one of my staffers, and he and I were leaving the Capitol when I see a Capitol police officer running hurriedly to the elevator. I see fret all over his face. I look to my left, and there she is, Ilhan Omar. Oops. And I said, well, she doesn't have a backpack. We should be fine.
All right, the emergence of that video, which seemed to be a joke, albeit maybe an insensitive one, predictably sent the media into total meltdown mode.
Boebert, who proudly displayed her ignorance and bigotry in comments about Minnesota Democrat Ilhan Omar. Boebert has a troubling track record of making vile and incendiary comments.
The normalization of Islamophobia by the Republican Party has been going on for 20 years.
It's a garbage comment from a garbage politician.
This sort of rhetoric contributes to the threats against her.
She can be censured. I think that she should be stripped of her committees.
They always want to cancel people. Congresswoman Boebert called to apologize to Congressman Omar yesterday, but the call went off the rails. Omar said in a statement, Congressman Boebert refused to publicly acknowledge her hurtful and dangerous comments. She instead doubled down on her rhetoric, and I decided to end the unproductive call. Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert joins me now exclusively. Congresswoman, other than the part about her hanging up on you, is any part of what she said there true?
Look, Laura, I called to speak with her directly about me reflecting on my comments about her. I had made a public statement, but she didn't want to hear what I had to say. And her press release really was like it was drafted before the phone call even had took place. Omar and the left don't want an apology. They want public humiliation. They want to cancel me, but that's not going to happen. Laura, I want to say this to you and the millions of Americans who watch this show. I will not be canceled. We all know why CNN and the left want to focus on these distractions. It's because they have no winning issues to talk about. Democrats can't talk about skyrocketing inflation or the invasion at our southern border. They can't talk about the Americans still stranded in Afghanistan. They can't talk about the supply chain shortages, workforce shortages, or gas shortages. Why can't they talk about these crises? Because they caused each and every one of them. Democrat policies have failed. One-party order for 1 year, and they are failing every single American. So they'll focus on Ilhan's outrage rather than the outrage of the American people who are suffocating under Biden's failed regime.
So isn't it important then that, and look, we all say things that are a little bit outrageous every now and then. So you're young. You just arrived in Washington. But they're going to come after you because they think you're a threat. Right? You're an America First conservative. Right. They don't like you. They never did. They're never going to. You're never going to win accolades from the elites. They hate you. But you can't give them a bat to hit you over the head with either, which you kind of did with those comments. Do you recognize that?
I think my statement reflects exactly that. I didn't apologize to appease Ilhan or the left or Nancy Pelosi or anyone else. I did that because I'm here to be a good congresswoman for the people who sent me here to be their voice, the people who sent me to secure their freedoms. They know that I'll defend Israel and support our police, unlike others who call Israelis terrorists and want to dismantle the police. I'll protect your right to keep and bear arms, unlike Ilhan Omar, who supports the government coming to your door and confiscating your guns. I believe that life is the most precious gift from God, and others, like Ilhan, have voted for abortion up to and even after a child is born. I support law and order, and Ilhan supports ending cash bail and putting more hardened criminals on the street, like the psycho who ran over children in Waukesha, Wisconsin. These policies are dangerous. The policies that I disagree with Ilhan Omar are dangerous, and her policies attack our allies and support terrorists.
Why don't you have an idea?
I won't be backing down.
Congresswoman, I have an idea. Yes. Why don't you challenge her to a debate?
I would love a debate. I would love regular order in the people's house.
We'll do it on this show. We'll do it on this show.
Right here on the show.
Now, I mean,
that would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I will step aside.
Because these are... Yes, these are the dangerous policies that are crippling our nation. And it's disheartening to see someone who hates America serving in the United States of Representatives. I love America. And at the end of the day, that is the fundamental difference here. And I would be happy to accept that invitation to have a debate right here on your show with Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
Now, she held a press conference about this incident tonight. She's not going to let it go, of course. Here's just a little piece.
We cannot pretend that this hate speech from leading politicians doesn't have real consequences. The truth is that anti-Muslim hate is on the rise both here at home and around the world.
Congresswoman Boebert, she was elected to Congress. And your response to this, are you anti-Muslim?
Oh, absolutely not. And I apologize to the Muslim community. And even Ilhan Omar brought up a man who was calling with death threats. And I fully believe that that man needs to be found by Capitol Police and held fully accountable, just like the men who have called with death threats against my family, against my staff, my restaurant, all in the past few days. They need to be found and held accountable. And you know how that's going to happen? By our brave law enforcement officers who I fully support and who Ilhan has disparaged and worked to defund. I certainly do not criticize anyone's religion or faith, and that is exactly why I released my statement to the Muslim community.
Congresswoman Boebert, one would think that given what's happened in Minneapolis and the rising crime, murder rate, everything that's happening in Minneapolis post-George Floyd, one would think that Congresswoman Ilhan Omar would kind of focus on that, especially after the defund the police thing went down in flames in that referendum. Right. But you're the focus. You're the focus of Ilhan Omar.
Right,
that's
because
convenient.
her policies are failed. And even Minnesota is seeing that. And that's why we're seeing the defund the police movement go away, because we do need our law enforcement officers. Right. We deeply support them.
In flames.
And
gone down
yes,
in flames.
Absolutely.
Congresswoman Boebert, we got to run, but we appreciate your clearing things up and coming on the show tonight.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.